How you doing, Blunties? Take that off. Blooper. Another 4 seconds. Give me 4 seconds. 4 seconds. How you doing, Blunties? Let's get straight into it. Are we living in a computer simulation? High-profile physicists and philosophers gather to debate whether we are real or virtual, and what it means either way. Know what I mean? That's pretty fascinating right there. For those of you who don't know exactly what that could possibly mean, it sounds like some nerdy stuff. Basically, you ever seen a video game? You ever seen anything that you see on TV? Have you ever seen The Truman Show with Jim Carrey? I suggested. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. But basically, it suggests that you and I are a series of zeros and ones and some simulation that could be in some computer of another being. And I know we have our sense, we have our touch, we have our feel, we have the things that we, you know, a good example of this would be The Matrix, of course, where you've seen The Matrix, where, you know, Neo is introduced to this reality that, everything around me is zeros and ones, and my real self is non-existent in some machine that's just, using my body for nutrients or whatever it may be. I don't know. But even now, like if you go outside, you feel the sunniest skin, that can be a simulation, which means that it could not be real. And this is a discussion that people who are on a higher IQ, like, that's a real discussion. Is this real? I mean, we've been flying planes, we've been driving cars, we've been doing a whole bunch of shit, and this is a real discussion. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I would say there's a 50% chance. Even Neil Degrasse Tyson says that it's a 50% chance that we might be living.
Neil Degrasse Tyson said that shit. Now, Neil Degrasse Tyson says it's a 50% chance. He's a well-respected scientist within the community. He has his own show. I think he has his own podcast where he talks about different scientific facts and all of that stuff. 50-50 is high.
That's what he said. He said, I think, you know how he talks, right?
Go
ahead. You gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
If there is a universe by which we exist within another universe, within a simulation, it's highly likely. Because how long will it take us? We already have video games, Grand Theft Auto. We already have AI. How long do you think it would take us? And even if it was 1,000,000 years, we would never know. So that's why. That's not how he sounds?
Yeah,
Am I getting it right?
Yeah, you're on point.
That's why, if we are living in a simulation, we would never know it.
Yo, don't you think AI, the real AI, tired of hearing about this shit? Allen Iverson?
He said the real AI. I thought he was really talking about AI.
I'm like, maybe it's a possibility, yo.
But yeah, AI is probably mad as hell. He's like, what y'all talking about? What?
He probably thought motherfuckers was talking about him in the beginning. Like, AI. Like, what do you mean? Why the fuck everybody keep saying my name?
Computers? What y'all talking about computers for? Man, it's real life over here. I got a question for you. What would you be?
I'd be a god if I was in an 8. Replica has a. Nah, seriously, 2 seconds, right? Replica actually unveiled their AI-powered smart NPC video game, bro. So imagine you can actually be in a video game and AI is talking to you. You remember that video I sent you, right?
Yeah.
Where the woman ran up to the guy. Obviously, he was playing the video game. It was a guy playing a video game, but he was playing as a female character. And he runs up to the AI NPC or whatever, right? And he's like, "We're in a video game." He's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean we're in a video game?" Can you imagine? Imagine we could put our consciousness in a video game.
Black Mirror.
Honestly, bro, I'd be a fucking god. I'd do so much bullshit in a video game, bro.
It's scarier than you think, dog. In Black Mirror, the series, there was episodes by which they had they replicated your consciousness
Yeah.
so that it would live past your body, past you dying.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up in this virtual world where they keep you in these computers,
Yeah.
these processors that's supposed to last however long.
There's a show like that called Westworld. You heard of that?
Yeah,
And,
Westworld is
and
like
also
that
there's
too.
another show that's kind of like that. I forgot what's the name of this. What's the name of this show? The actual dude, he's like this Asian dude. In the beginning, he's a Asian dude, and he's with his girlfriend.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of it. What's the
It's on Netflix.
Altered Carbon, bro.
Altered Carbon, where
fire.
you're capable of switching your consciousness in between bodies.
Yeah,
You had your original body.
It's a little different,
but then after either you like they implant something into your head when you're born.
Yeah, that show was fire. That series was fire.
Right?
Yeah, huh?
She had like the
Yeah, it was like a chip in the back of your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
And
shit.
once it's crushed, you basically your consciousness dies forever.
This is I ain't gonna lie. This excites me a little bit.
It does, right?
When it comes to like stuff like this, because it's so profound, and we in the future where this is an actual conversation. Because you gotta think about it. When it comes to religion, when it comes to people who have their own moral compass, and will these types of possibilities shake the way they see reality, shake their decisions? That's what I was going to ask you. I was like, yo, if you 100% knew that you were in a simulation, would you change your behavior in any way?
As far as what?
Everyday life.
If I was a part of a video game, like shit didn't even really matter type shit.
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, it might be a simulation in the grand scheme. Probably we're in somebody's computer, but we're living our lives right now. So everything for me is still real. So I think I would still be living my life the same exact way. Because who's to say, right? Our souls aren't, because we're not as smart as whoever created this so-called simulation. What if this level of existence, or this plane of existence, is basically like the primary level, like the first level where they put our souls into some form of simulation and see how we react, and if we react accordingly, we go to the next stage. So I don't know, I'd probably still live my life the same exact way. You know, I would probably live my life if I knew that we lived in a simulation and there was another like a higher intelligent being that created. I'd probably live my life a little bit better, because that means, who's to say that there isn't a afterlife? Maybe they might create an afterlife for us. You know what I'm saying?
No, that makes
What
sense.
about you?
I mean, that's the whole. So
You'd probably fucking go crazy.
no, not even. Because even, like, for example, even if you 100% believe that, then you ultimately believe that there is a creator.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing. If you are in a religion and you believe there is a creator who did create you. So for those who are scientists or people who are atheists, who are the worst types of people, I'm sorry.
They don't believe
like I'm not racist or against any religion except atheist, because they claim I don't care. Ain't no be careful. What's up, atheists? Come at me, bro.
Chill.
I don't care. Atheists, come at me, bro. I don't care.
Come at him in the comments.
Uh-huh.
Come at him in the comments.
Come at me in the comments. I will bother you with the logic you've never heard in your life. You atheist. You're scum of the earth.
What if he's an atheist scientist? Is that even possible?
Scum of the earth. Because you have experiments you can do yourself to prove yourself wrong. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But even like this is the discussion you would have with an atheist. Like, yo, honestly, let's say it's 100%. It's a simulation. This is something that some scientists say, hey, it's a possibility. Given that thought, given that reality, you can't just say you die in the earth, that's it, anymore. Right? Now it's more of a, no, this is a series of zeros and ones, and there is a creator. Someone who had such a higher level of intelligence, you know what we're talking about. Well, if you're in a religion. No, I'm saying if you believe in, like, for example, if you believe in God, you understand that God created it all, right? So you're talking about someone who had the potential to do this, right? And if you want to believe that towards that side of reality of okay, there was some being that put me in a computer, whatever. If you believe that, then that means you are and understand that there are things you will never be able to comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
So now what are you gonna do with your life? Are you gonna live it better? You live it worse? I would say you just asked me. I would say I would live it better. Of course, I'd probably be living this most likely the same way and all of that stuff because that doesn't affect your core beliefs.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense. Because regardless of the evidence you put in front of someone, it's always about their core beliefs, who they love, who they respect, how they grew up, what do they want to see in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, if you are a series of zeros and ones and you understand that, hey, if I shoot this girl's club up, I'm gonna have a family. Nah, it's real. It's real talk.
It's real.
It's real. Hey, this equates to this. To have equates to that. Mm-hmm. So it's not like the rules change. Like nah, and it doesn't. And it also doesn't mean you don't matter. No, that's not. That's
some
not
people.
what it means.
Some people might disagree on that. Some people might say, you know what?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because
why?
Why? Because of that reason. Why? It's like this shit is all created. Because like let's just think in a perspective of this, based off of that little clip that in the video where he basically was like, she mentioned to him that it was a video game. He was shocked.
Can I give context to the audience?
Shocked. Yeah.
So basically, what Pharaohs is referring to is it was a clip online of this video game that he mentioned.
Replica.
It's called Replica, right?
Mm-hmm.
By which, as a player, you're capable of walking up to different NPCs within the game and actually talking to them, and it's an AI. So the AI is programmed to believe that he or she is real, and they're capable of having a real conversation with you.
That's because like you got to think, right? Before like NPCs would actually run off of like computer code, right? They would have specific lines that they would just read like a robot, right? Mm-hmm. But now it's AI powered now. It's like now these are sentient beings now, mm-hmm. in a sense, right? Because now they can think for themselves.
We're borderline.
Or do they like or is it
we're borderline right now.
It's borderline?
We're borderline. So I don't know if you've seen the AI that's on display now.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy was having a conversation with this AI. It's a robot, real robot, looks like a girl. He was like, "Yo, so you're able to think for yourself?" Yeah, I'm a learning AI. And he was like, "So will you be able to like make sure that what the robot said was, I'm going to stay alive as long as you guys can maintain me." And he was like, "Oh, since you're capable of learning yourself, can't you maintain yourself at a certain point?"
I watched that video.
And then the AI was like, "Yeah, it's going to come to a point where I'm going to be capable of learning so much that I'm capable of maintaining myself."
And then that basically sparked a whole new. It sparked a whole new.
And then the AI said, "Thank you. I never thought about it like
yeah.
that." And he was like, "Oh, don't pay attention to me." It was like a joking
yeah.
thing where they went back and forth, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like you'll render, as humans, we're scared to render ourselves obsolete in society.
But we're basically
obsolete
on the cusp of becoming obsolete.
No, we're already obsolete.
I mean, you can't.
I believe that because of
we're
AI.
In the end days?
No, because of AI, that humans have become obsolete. Because this is gonna sound dark. We are a virus on the planet sometimes.
Not all of us. If
I'm
you
just
consider
saying,
yourself
man.
a virus, then that's what you consider.
I'm on the human race. We've polluted the planet. We're continuing to pollute it. We have these wars that are destroying not only our realm, but also we're destroying things that we don't even understand yet.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. We still have not even discovered the ocean. There's over 90% of the ocean that we haven't seen, and we're still going into space.
Mm.
We're fucking retarded. As a
we're
species.
going into space, so they say. But that's
so they say. Okay, that's another
conversation.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say what I say. I'm like, yo, bro, we need to do better as a species in total, because people with high IQ, please argue with me. I don't give a fuck. But this is what I truly believe.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe as a species we are bullshitting heavily, given the intelligence that we have.
I
given
think
the
you know what it
technology
is.
that we have.
It's the lack of self-awareness that is the reason why we act like things don't matter. If you truly understood, because you got to think, right? There's certain not like there's certain things right now that are being kept from us, right? That makes us feel like we don't matter.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Like there's certain things that are like knowledge. There's certain knowledge that we don't know that I feel like makes us act in a certain way where we don't care about certain things, bro. Now, if we knew the truth, because like there's some level of truth that's not being told to us. Now, if we really knew the truth, on where we came from, the how we were created, because I honestly believe that they figured this shit out already, and all this shit is just a ruse. All the outside shit, all the things that they throw at us is just a ruse so that we can feel insignificant in this place right now. We might be the chosen people. You feel me? When I mean chosen people, I mean the people on this planet. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like if you downplay who we really are, then we don't have a sense of entitlement or a sense of how would I say this? Purpose. You get what I'm saying? So I believe with truth comes freedom, or the will to act in a more godly manner. You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I think with truth, you said act in a godly manner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is controversial. So in the Christian Bible,
I want to hear it.
In the Christian Bible, they have the story of Adam and Eve. Everybody knows the story of Adam and Eve, right? The beginning to our species. Where, God took the rib from Adam. If by the way, if any of you guys don't know about this is the story of Adam and Eve.
I'm sure a lot of people, I'd say 90% of people know, right?
Probably, right?
Minus the babies.
But basically, but fast forward, Eve was seduced by, well, not seduced, but convinced by the snake, i.e. the devil, to eat the apple. He said, hey, it will give you knowledge.
Yeah.
It will give you this, right? But that was the first act of sin. So, given that logic, the seek for knowledge was the first act of sin. That's how I took that, me, personally.
Mm-hmm.
People could say, there's different ways that you can interpret that story, but that's how I interpret it. So I'm like, all right, so the seek for knowledge was our first act of sin. They noticed that they were naked, so they covered themselves up. And, they had children, Cain and Abel. One of them was very evil. He killed his brother.
Yeah.
So it was a seed of sin that went into generations upon generation. And that's where it gets controversial. Is it possible that the seek for knowledge has proven to be sinful?
Okay. That's something to argue, because with technology now, you see how in the height of technology, we have been using technology not for the purposes of good. We've actually been using it for the purposes of evil and corruption. Mm-hmm. Now, let's just be realistic. Technology is being able to advance technologically is different from advancing spiritually. So it's like if we have a society that advances technologically, right, and doesn't advance spiritually, there's an issue right there. You have to basically, as you gain knowledge technologically, it has to match spiritually, because we'll treat certain things like it's nothing. Like, we won't have a full understanding of life and our purpose on this planet. I would assume that.
May I interject?
Yeah.
So here's what it is. You said we have to
Because we're like right here with technology, right?
I'm here
and
with you. That's
spiritually, we're here.
Yeah. So you're saying we have to advance with technology, but also we have to advance spiritually at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. This is what you're saying.
Yeah.
People who are involved in technology and they're smart and they're pushing society further with technology. Sometimes they do it out of goodness, right? In their hearts. Like, for example, the dude who created the machine. By the way, shout out to this man. I forget his name.
Machine.
In Michigan, he basically created a machine that produces clean water for the community. Flint, Michigan. And he created this technology out of the goodness. So that aligns with spiritual and technological advancement, right? But for the most part, people try to make technology for things to be easier. The car travel faster, but polluting the environment, right? The plane capable of doing the same thing, like go far distances, but still. There's a back and forth. So you're saying spiritually, I'm agreeing with you, by the way. So when it comes to the earth, spirituality has a lot to do with the planet and how we treat it, and getting that energy from there, and understanding who we are as human beings. So I agree with that, but it's went faster than that. Gap is much larger because with technology, you need a certain level of logic, and usually people who are logical aren't as spiritual as they should be.
You know what it is? I will agree to disagree only because when you were mentioning certain examples, you mentioned like cars, right? And you mentioned a lot of these manufacturing companies were basically introduced by corrupt people. So they took the idea of free energy, right, which was the concept came from, as we know, Nikola Tesla. Right, they took that concept with as far as free energy, and they corrupted it and started to use machines that run on oil that we use the oil from the earth and shit like that. So you gotta think that doesn't align. Like you said, matter of fact, I'm agree with you, but there's a reason why though, because of corrupt individuals. You get what I'm saying? So. Like you were saying, in the beginning, it probably was based off of, what did you say? It was based off of
Eve, like seeking intelligence.
Yeah,
seeking intelligence.
So then,
seeking knowing
somewhere
more,
down the line, it was
more.
corrupted. So I do agree with you as far as it started spiritually, but then it took a left turn. It took a turn.
Right.
So.
And the reason why I even brought that up is because even right now in today's society, we have McDonald's, we have Burger King, we have all of these facilities that we consume, right? And stuff that are in stores that we consume as consumers, even stuff that we put on our bodies and all of that. But a lot of it, causes cancer, causes whatever it may be. There's stuff in the things that we use in our everyday lives that's killing us. But whoever was smart, we can create these things, mass produce them, and sell them for the money.
But even
that's
that
it.
though, but even
but,
that.
But look, that's it for the money. Oh well, 30% of your customers are getting this because of this ingredient in it. Yeah, fuck them.
But even that though,
you know what I'm saying?
But even with that though, it was driven by profits. So yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. We're agreeing. So that's why I was like, yo, that's it. Anyway, I'm about to give my final thoughts on this shit, to be honest.
Please don't. I feel like we still got enough time to still discuss more things. Yeah. We still got time.
Oh, fine?
Yeah, we still got time.
So, all right. So, all right. Let me dive deeper into this then.
Yeah, please.
Let me dive deeper into this.
Because we could go on commercial break, and then we can... Right? We can go on commercial break right after the time. Okay. Yeah. So we can go... All right.
Cool. That's good. All right. So given this reality, right, that we understand, like seeking more intelligence from the beginning, because even the Bible says, hey, they wanted more intelligence, and this is where it led to. It was the first sin, where God tell you not to do something, you still did it. In today's society, are we going into places that we should not go into?
100%.
Even if it's for science, right? Like this whole discussion, I'm bringing it back to what the conversation was about. Is this reality real? We're creating simulations. There's another game that has at least 100 universes or 100 planets that you can travel to. Are we creating these things, right? Understanding the reality that the further we go, the further that we understand that the more dangerous we are to ourselves.
Shout out to Rockstar.
Shout out.
I mean,
GTA 6.
there have been. All right, so have you ever heard of the ancient Egyptian deity Thoth? He was said to be able to take his consciousness and.
No, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, he was said to be able to take his consciousness and basically walk among men. And I haven't heard anything that he was doing that was, corrupt or cruel or anything like that. So I think it depends on the motive behind the technology, and that's where it comes with the technology matching the level of spirituality that we have. So,
but there's always going to be light and dark, right?
Yeah.
So even if there's good intentions
aspect.
behind,
yeah,
even if there's good intentions behind whatever technology that there is, it can always be flipped into what? Something negative. It can always be used as what? A weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I can always strangle you with a plastic paper bag.
No, you cannot. You can't do that with me. No,
I just bought this food for my family, but I hate this nigga. Put that shit around your throat. Fuck you, nigga.
For entertainment purposes only.
I know, right? For real. But nah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, any invention that's out there, niggas could use, or people can use for bad.
Yeah.
Right? When it comes to computers, telephones, you could, yeah. Oh, you're supposed to do this, that, and the third with this. Okay. Boop. Throw it at your head.
You
it's
an evil motherfucker, yo.
It's a perfect analogy. And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I mentioned Adam and Eve. Do you know what symbols on Apple phone?
The apple. The bitten apple.
A bitten apple.
The corruption.
Come on, son. It all connects. For those of you who are out there,
Don't end it yet.
I'm not ending it. I'm just saying, for those of you out there who's listening to this, like, yo, connect that shit. There's a bitten apple on Apple products. I'm not saying that I don't use them, but I feel like it all connects to this as far as this discussion that we having. You understand what I'm saying? Is this all a simulation? The deeper we dig, the more we understand about the universe that we are in.
Yeah.
The more it seems that, it may be, it may not be, but we can't really prove either way.
So I think it's interesting. Say we are, right, living inside of a simulation, right? And some intelligent species created this, right? I like the idea that we can create a simulation inside of a simulation, because then it gives us the ability to not just play God a little bit in a sense, but see how we act when it comes to us knowing that we created this simulation. So it's like giving us kind of some form of authority to live within a different realm. I just like that idea that, there's a less intelligent life that is living amongst us, and we can interact with. Because if you look at it, right, it's kind of like in the video game that Replica created, right? They basically created it based off of our own reality, right? Who's to say our reality isn't based off of some other intelligent reality, right? So it's kind of like as above, so below type situation. I don't know. I just like I like the whole idea that, we can play God in a sense. I don't know if something's wrong with that, but I just like that whole idea. What do you think?
I think that's blasphemy.
Blasphemy? You really think that's blasphemy? Come on, bro.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy to you. Nah.
I like that fucking idea. It's cool.
I understand what you're saying, and to a certain extent, we've already accomplished this, right? When we've created AI, there was a guy talking about this. When we created AI, the idea is that you're creating a conscious thing that can learn on its own, right? And you do have that false sense of, hey, I created you.
Yeah.
But when it surpasses you, that's the whole thing about humans. They don't understand, or we don't understand as a species, that we can create something that can surpass us. Whatever has us in this simulation, I don't think we would ever be able to surpass it. If there is a simulation, by the way. I'm not saying I believe that shit. But I'm capable of...
Well, according to Neil
Degrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
50%
chance.
There's a 50% chance that we may or may not... So that's my thoughts on that. So I get what you're saying. You're saying that, hey, it's a cool idea to have a less intelligent being, and we low key have done that. We've had experiments with animals. That's what they've done. These experiments with monkeys and mice and other things. I feel like that's where it comes from. Our deep wanting to understand human nature, but also nature within itself and reality within itself. Why do things do this? Why do you seek to survive? Why is this instinct within you automatically? And where does it come from?
It's like a program.
You understand what I'm saying?
That would further...
Is it programmed within you to survive?
That would probably...
The smallest insect, it wants to run away from danger. If that makes any sense. It wants to survive. What's the next food? Right? So... That what some people call the God particle, which is basically, the God particle is something that you don't see that's there, but it becomes, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
We understand that it takes ingredients. Even Neil Degrasse Tyson says the universe is full of things that make us who we are.
Yeah.
The carbon, everything that's inside of us, the universe has.
Yeah.
It's full of it. So it's not far beyond for us to understand that there's other planets like us or whatever it may be. But how long have we all been in existence? And based on that, if this is a simulation, how many simulations have there been?
It's probably a simulation inside of a simulation inside of a simulation.
And what being, how old is this being that's
or
watching?
how old is this computer?
You know what I'm saying? You see, we're capable of flipping channels. Do they flip channels like we flip our existence as
today
species?
On Earth?
It's funny because you mentioned, hey, in simulation, inside of a simulation, I thought about Rick and Morty, where there was an episode like that, where he created a planet, and the dude he's capable of visiting the planet, and then that nigga created a planet. He's like, I created my own simulation of a world, and Rick was like, why'd you do that? Who told you could do that?
Right.
I created you. I didn't tell you to create this other world within this world. You know what I'm saying? And it was a mind fuck like that. But I think that this I feel like I will talk about this forever.
Where actually, I wish we
know
had more time. Even Elon, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Even Elon Musk, he mentioned that AI is going to surpass us as well, because we gave it the ability to have
learn
and shit like that. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting, though.
That sounds a little racist, no?
Why you say that?
I don't know.
We gave him the ability to learn.
It don't sound a little racist, though.
I mean, when you play like that,
we shouldn't have gave those damn AIs the ability to learn and read
and write.
And write.
3/5 of a man.
They're taking her goddamn jobs now.
Nah, real shit, yo. Real shit. Yo,
they're on our computers.
Yo, that's
fucking
funny.
Giving us, telling us what to do.
We're
I don't like it
now.
I don't like it at all.
That's funny.
That's not crazy.
No, that's funny as shit.
But no, it's a reasonable fear because it's not human, right? Now we have a new thing to be racist against. That's what the Matrix is all about.
He also mentioned that if they get rid of us, it wouldn't be like any malice intent. It'd be like when we're, he mentioned this analogy where he was like, when you're going to build something, you don't think of the ants. You just think of it as something that's in the way, and you just you feel me? Just move on with your plan type shit. So they'd probably get rid of us and don't even second guess that shit.
No, it's an afterthought. It's like, oh yeah, we remember the humans. They were there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to end it like this, right? If the AI did want to get rid of us, right? Like you said, it wouldn't be no afterthought or anything like that. But at the end of the day, we still do matter, and we still haven't had access to all the potential of our own minds and our brains as human beings. So we are still extremely special as
at
people.
least in this universe.
Yeah.
Or in this simulation.
In this simulation, we still haven't discovered the full potential of what we can possibly do with our own minds.
Mm-hmm.
And if AI was we're easily manipulated through money. So the shit that we consuming, all of that shit that's poisoning us, it could be constructed by them. Because, you want more money? Oh, this is how you can do it. This is how you can do it. This is how you can do it. Slowly understanding that in 100 years, y'all gonna be gone. That was a sad thing to say. Fuck. But it's all good, man. We probably could touch up on it some more a little later. But thank you, Blunteers, for tuning in. This is the Blunter Reality. We at Courageous Cat Studio Lounge.
Shout out to our production team, Zoo.
Yeah, Zoo Productions.
You matter, my boy, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Without you, there would be nothing.
CC Studios, we here, baby.
Come on, son. We here, we lit. Matter of fact,
don't ask him what's in his cup either.
Don't ask me what's in my cup. Don't do it. Like, subscribe. Come on, son. Like, subscribe.
You.
The Blood of Reality.
Yes, you.
We here. I love you.
Yo, help us reach 500, yo. After that, 1,000. Come on, baby. Let's go.
Keep it lit.
Yeah.